This is Leviticus chapter 27 with commentary, the very last chapter in the book of Leviticus. Very exciting stuff. After this, we're going to move straight on to Numbers, but let's focus on chapter 27 here because what we're going to learn in this very last chapter of this book is that God puts a lot of value in us, and in a very literal way. We'll find out what that means as we dig into the word here. So, if you haven't already, this is your best chance to go back and watch the rest of the Leviticus commentary videos if you haven't already. We also have Genesis and Exodus. All of that's up. We're moving on to Numbers after this. So, get caught up. Okay, let's get into this right now.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When a man shall make a singular vow, the person shall be for the Lord by thy estimation. And thy estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old even unto 60 years old, even thy estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And if it be a female, then thy estimation shall be 30 shekels. And if it be from 5 years old even unto 20 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. And if it be from a month old even unto 5 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female thy estimation shall be 3 shekels of silver. And if it be from 60 years old and above, if it be a male, then thy estimation shall be 15 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. But
Okay, let's look here. So, what we just heard in this scripture, because I had to kind of look this up to understand what was going on, because it wasn't, at least wasn't very clear to me. But what this is talking about is the decision that everyone can make, um, and that everyone could make at this time. And this is an optional decision. This is not something you have to do, but you are allowed to dedicate something that is yours to God. You can make a vow with God and devote something to Him, something that you own, whether it be uh, your income, in this case, their animals or their part of their field. And you can also devote yourself as a person, and you can also devote the people that I guess are under you, say your children or others, whoever it is uh, that's I guess in a sense owned by you. You can devote them to God, and God instructs the priest then to put an actual monetary value on these people if they were to be redeemed back, right? So if you devote something to God and then you change your mind and decide you want it back, there's a price that comes with that. And that it's what it says is the fifth. You have to add the fifth to the value. So basically you're buying them back for the amount they're worth plus 20%. And that was the standard. And this was with people and animals and other things. This was an optional decision that everyone could make to devote themselves to the Lord. Um, and there are scriptures later on in the Bible that talk about this a bit. Samuel, the prophet, for example, um, was given back to God by his mother as she wanted to have a child, and she said to God that if he would give her one, she would give the child back to him. So God gave her Samuel, and then Samuel became a prophet. He was put under the priesthood immediately. So in that sense, if someone in that time wanted to devote their children, for example, into the ministry to be part of that service, then that's something that they could do. And once once those were given to God, they belonged to God in the literal sense, which is why there's a monetary value placed on them. It's not so much to say, oh, this is what these people are worth. This is more so to say that just like we have our idea of private property, God also has what belongs to him. And in reality, everything belongs to God. People, animals, the planet and all the things in it, all of it belongs to God. But we can make the choice to devote ourselves or our lives or our income or our careers. We can choose to devote those things to God, and then they become God's. We are saying a vow to God saying, this is yours, and I want you to guide the decisions that happen, and I want you to be the ruler over this thing or myself or the person I'm devoting. This was something that they could do back then. So that's basically explaining what's happening here. Let's keep going.
And for the female 10 shekels. But if he be poorer than thy estimation, then he shall present himself before the priest, and the priest shall value him, according to his ability that vowed shall the priest value him. And if it be a beast, whereof men bring an offering unto the Lord, all that any man giveth of such unto the Lord shall be holy, he shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange thereof shall be holy. And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto the Lord, then he shall present the beast before the priest, and the priest shall value it, whether it be good or bad, as thou valuest it, who art the priest, so shall it be.
I want to talk about this for a second because it was talking about when they're devoting, say, an animal that they have to God, that nothing in it is supposed to be changed. If you're going to present an animal, you have to present it as it is. Don't change anything about it, and don't exchange one for another, good for bad or bad for good. If you're going to offer something to God, if you're going to offer yourself to God as you are, because that's how God wants you, right? That's the symbolism happening there. However you are, and just for the record, we're all unclean when we present ourselves to God. He takes us as we are. He doesn't want us modifying or trying to change something or trying to be something we're not. He wants us as we are. That's how we devote our true selves to Him. And He does the cleaning up and the fixing later, and He makes us better than we came in. But if we're going to truly devote ourselves to God, we have to do that completely honestly and true to ourselves. So,
But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a fifth part thereof unto thy estimation. And when a man shall sanctify his house to be holy unto the Lord, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad, as the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand. And if he that sanctified it will redeem his house, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be his. And if a man shall sanctify unto the Lord some part of a field of his possession, then thy estimation shall be according to the seed thereof. An homer of barley seed shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. If he sanctify his field from the year of Jubile, according to thy estimation it shall stand. But if he sanctify his field after the Jubile, then the priest shall reckon unto him the money according to the years that remain, even unto the year of the Jubile, and it shall be abated from thy estimation. And if he that sanctified the field will in any wise redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of the money of thy estimation unto it, and it shall be assured to him. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more.
I want to talk about that. And if he will not redeem the field, or if he have sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed anymore. Okay? The question that comes to mind here is, who are we devoted to, and who are we owned by, and who is assessing our value? Because as much as many of us want to think that we are independent beings and that we are owned by no one and that no one can control us or influence us, the fact of the matter is that we are all answering to something. We're all worshiping something. We're all giving our attention to something. There is something that we have put as a precedent in our lives, and we have devoted ourselves to it. And there are other things that we can devote ourselves to besides God and His purposes for us. And with all of those uh, decisions to devote ourselves, we are given various values. Some things we can devote ourselves to that make us feel worthless. But if we devote ourselves to God, then suddenly we have an inherent value that can't be stripped from us. But if we sell ourselves out to someone else, and we will not be redeemed by Christ, then we don't belong to God. That's the thing that we have to, this is the parallel that we have to draw here. Because Christ, when he died and resurrected, he redeemed us. All who will believe, he redeemed us. It says that we were bought with a price, right? And it was an expensive price. It cost him his life. And it cost him a lot more than that, too. He descended, he became like man. He left his throne on high. He gave up a good part of his divinity. He made himself vulnerable to attacks. There was a lot to be paid, a major price to be paid, so that we would be redeemed, because we were sold out to something else, and God wanted us back. That's what's really being talked about here. And we need to understand that. Are we sold out to God? Are we sold out to Jesus? Or do we belong to something or someone else? Do we even belong to ourselves? We're all worshiping something, but maybe some of us are worshiping ourselves. Who do we belong to? And where does that place our value? And how does that affect the decisions we make and our behaviors? And what kind of people does that make us? But if we belong to God, we are intrinsically valuable and valued very highly, enough to where God would lay his own life down. That's the kind of value that we have when we belong to Jesus. Even before we belong to Jesus, he was willing to do that. But if we understand what he's done for us, then we adopt that value. We understand who we are, and we can treat each other better because we understand the value that we're placed at and who we belong to. And it changes our behaviors, because if we belong to God, we act like we belong to God, if we understand that. All right.
Another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goeth out in the dewbile, shall be holy unto the Lord, as a field devoted. The possession thereof shall be the priest's. And if a man sanctify unto the Lord a field which he hath bought, which is not of the fields of his possession, then the priest shall reckon unto him the worth of thy estimation, even unto the year of the dewbile, and he shall give thine estimation in that day, as a holy thing unto the Lord. In the year of the dewbile the field shall return unto him of whom it was bought, even to him to whom the possession of the land did belong. And all thy estimation shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary. 20 gerahs shall be the shekel, only the firstling of the beasts, which should be the Lord's firstling. No man shall sanctify it, whether it be ox or sheep, it is the Lord's.
Okay. Another part we need to stop on. Only the firstlings of the beasts, which should be the Lord's firstling. No man shall sanctify it, whether it be ox or sheep, it is the Lord's. Okay. So this is something we need to pay attention to, because we're in the mindset that when we're doing something for God, that we are offering him some sort of gift, or we're giving him something, or we're adding value to him by doing something. Let's be clear. Everything belongs to God anyway. Especially when we're talking about what this is talking about here is the firstlings, the ones that you give anyway as sacrifices. What we talked about ages ago in Leviticus. Those are already God's. You can't cheap out on God and give something that already belongs to him. And really, all things belong to him. So when we're giving to God, we're really just returning to him what belongs to him, and what he has allowed us to have and to use. We're simply giving him back what he's due, right? So as we serve the Lord, and as we offer ourselves to him, and as we devote our time to him, he appreciates it. But understand that that time belonged to him in the first place. Your life belonged to him in the first place. The effort that you put in belonged to him in the first place. Everything that you have and everything that you are belongs to God. So we're not giving God anything extra by offering to him. We're simply giving him what he's owed, what he is due, because we are God's first and foremost. And if we understand that we belong to God first and foremost, then our value never changes. We've already said that. And no one else, no man, no person, no one at all can assign a value to us or can sanctify us or can do anything because we're already God's. No person can tell you what you are or what you're meant to be or what you're supposed to be doing or what kind of life you're going to live or what your character is. God knows you. God owns you. You are already predetermined. And God has already set a value on you. You belong to God. And no one can say anything about you or to you that carries any weight because God owns you. God owns me. And He has already valued us. It is done.
Or sheep, it is the Lord's. And if it be of an unclean beast, then he shall redeem it according to thine estimation, and shall add a fifth part of it thereto. Or if it be not redeemed, then it shall be sold according to thy estimation, notwithstanding no devoted thing, that a man shall devote unto the Lord of all that he hath, both of man and beast, and of the field of his possession, shall be sold or redeemed. Every devoted thing is most holy unto the Lord. None devoted, which shall be devoted of men, shall be redeemed, but shall surely be put to death. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land, or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And if a man will at all redeem aught of his tithes, he shall add thereto the fifth part thereof. And concerning the tithe of the herd, or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the tenth shall be holy unto the Lord. He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and the change thereof shall be holy, it shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments which the Lord commanded Moses for the children of Israel in Mount Sinai.
The bottom line here, and the ultimate lesson that we need to understand, is that while we live our lives claiming and owning things, our land, our possessions, our houses, our families, and children, as we go about thinking that we own things, God is truly the one who owns everything. And we know that He owns it because as God gave it, He can also take it back. He can take our very lives back if He wants to, because our lives belong to Him. So whatever that you think you've worked for, that you think you've earned, or that you think you deserve, know that we have it only because God has allowed us to. And if God should take it for any reason He see fit, He'll do it. And there's nothing we can do about it. Because we and everything that we are and everything that we have is God's, first and foremost. We belong to God, not ourselves, not to anyone else. We were bought with a price. We were made in His image. We were redeemed. We are a part of God, and we are His possession to do His pleasure. That's the bottom line. Well, that does it. That's the end of Leviticus. We have finished the book, all 27 chapters. We are finally out of the gauntlet of laws. Of course, there's going to be more law mentioned, I'm sure, throughout Numbers and Deuteronomy. More to come. But we're done, and we're ready to hop into Numbers next time around. And it's going to be great, and I'm really excited to see where we go forward here. Just remember, as we go forward into this year, because, it's still early on in this year, let's be thinking about who we are in God, if you're a believer, who you are in Christ, and what you can be doing differently and how you can devote yourself to God, not as a choice that you're making necessarily, but as an understanding that you belong to God and this is what you were made to do. This is what I was made to do, right? We were made to serve God for His pleasure. And I think we need to get active in beginning to act as His possession again. That's what we need to really focus ourselves on. Let go of this mentality of of a free and a happy life where we make our own decisions and begin devoting ourselves to God, who and allow Him to make these decisions for us so that we walk in His ways and our lives actually have value because we're doing what we were made to do. So, stuff to think about. And we'll definitely go deeper into these concepts of who we are and how we should be serving God and what we should be doing as we progress through the rest of the Bible. But that concludes Leviticus, and I really am thankful that you were here for it. So, um, nothing else to say to you. Ready for Numbers. God bless and go in peace.